contractor that we had paint the house did such a poor job. It didn't cover well. The sun started to crack the stucco pretty bad. So that's why we were looking for other options to go to get our house repainted.
I would say definitely. It has helped us a lot with just, peace of mind of not having to worry about painting the house. With the cracks that we had, we also had some water intrusion with the last hurricane that went through. So just not having to worry about that is a wonderful thing. Mm-hmm. The long lasting, the temperature, being able to keep it cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think they just look at keeping the cost down for the consumer, which is not a good product.
Yeah.
In the long end.
We have. One reason we wanted to go with something like all-weather coatings is we did notice upstairs was very warm in the heat of the day, and after using all-weather coatings we found it significantly cooler. Were very responsive and gave us a roadmap of what to expect, and people were on time, and the original schedule was stuck to, and everything went off without a hitch. I think it's in the peace of mind that it's not something you're going to have to worry about in 4 or 5 or 6 years again, and the fact that you've also invested in your house and added some value to it long term. Mm. Well, I think it just looks great. I mean, when we especially go for walks around the neighborhood and see after the rain, you can sort of see the way the rain kind of beads off it, and it has this sheen to it, whereas normal paint, you can sort of see the water kind of get into it, and it looks a little duller. So it looks great too.
Awesome.
I am myself. I did not realize until doing some research that there was a product like all-weather coatings, but especially in this environment, it makes no sense to paint with cheaper stuff. And that's what this house was. It was only about 2.5 years old when we decided to repaint, and it was because it was already fading and cracking and just didn't give a good look to the place.
Oh, wow.
This one room over here, I guess you would call it the east side of the house. Yes, that room there was always extremely hot, and that is my computer room. I would go in there and work, and I would always have to turn the fan on to get, to cool it down. Now I go in there and turn the fan on just for the light because it's already cool. But yes, and also on that side of the house, that's where we had cracks in the house. And with this system here is they put a sealer on it, seals the cracks, and I don't think we'll have that problem anymore. But just going back to just before we bought the house was painted, and there was no sign of any cracks. And we had the house.
We haven't even been here 5 years.
We haven't been in the house 5 years, and we noticed the house, the paint was fading, and we also seen the cracks, that were surfacing. So we knew we had to do something.
Yes.
I would say absolutely. And the rapport that we also have with this company, I mean, it's not only a working relationship, but I feel that we also have developed a friendship with not only the owners of the company, but also the people that work for them.
I think your staff is. I think the people who work for you, we had total confidence in them. We had confidence. We trusted them enough to leave the house even while they were still here working. Your staff, the people that came out and worked for you, were a very good representation for your company.
In one respect, I am surprised, but I understand why they do it, because they want to keep you
coming out
attached
for
and
more.
keep coming back and keep spending money.
Yep.
Well, here you do it once, it lasts 30 years. So suppose I was only 30 years old when I had this done, right? So 30 years would take me to 60, and if I had to do it again at 60,
It would
I would
still
only
cover
need
you to 90.
I would only need 2 paint jobs in my entire life.
Good stuff.
Versus how many?
Right.
Every 5 years. You figure you got to paint. And I'll tell you what, I am very pleased with the service that I received from your company.
Awesome.
In fact, you are marvelous.
Awesome.